but we want to save water and we want to make it sexy. The Southern Nevada Water District is doing...
That wasn't towards you. That was
I know. It's
Sorry.
just a funny sound. They're doing that. They've got this new promotion that they're doing with funny ads, and they're getting residents to think about water use with sounds like that. Let's take a look.
Yeah, you'll see what we're talking about.
There's nothing sexier than saving water. Change your watering clock to 3 days a week. Find your mandatory watering schedule at changeyourclock.com.
So my first reaction was, who's to say he wasn't sexy without
He
the water
is.
thing, right? I'm sorry, to each its own. So I was like, come on, that's not very nice.
We had a conversation on this show not too long ago about dating apps, and I could see this being high on the list of someone's specific preferences of how much you water.
Yeah, and
but we
saving
won't
water.
go there. Let's talk about this effort. It couldn't have become a better time as the region, obviously in the Southwest, is currently in a water shortage. Drought and climate change have caused Lake Mead to drop nearly 150 feet.
In response, the federal government has reduced the amount of water Southern Nevada is allowed to draw from the lake. Public Information Coordinator for the Southern Nevada Water Authority, Beth Moore, is joining us now. Beth, thank you so much for being with us this morning here. Explain how the idea of making water conservation sexy came about.
Thank you for having me. Yes, water conservation is sexy in Las Vegas and Southern Nevada because we're the driest city in the nation. The Southern Nevada Water Authority has been implementing public education campaigns, successful public education campaigns for nearly 20 years. So we really have to break through the noise. We're in the entertainment capital of the world. We need people to listen. So we've determined that we just have good, punchy, funny, creative, and a direct call to action, and they've been successful, and people are listening, and people are acting appropriately and changing those watering clocks.
Well, that's good. I was actually going to ask, you know, it seems like Nevada and Las Vegas specifically has been on the forefront of actually using less water than many cities when you compare it city to city. How have the residents been taking the additional restrictions? Because you've already done so well with them so far. Is there any complaints, or is it all positive?
People are pretty much on board. In fact, since the early 2000s, our per capita use has decreased by 48%, even though we've grown by 750,000 people, and we get over 40 million visitors per year. So our use has decreased while our community has continued to grow. So people are embracing it. We really focus on three main messages. It's get rid of that useless grass. If you're only on it to mow it, get rid of it. Change your watering clock each season, and then prevent and report water waste. Those are the three main messages, and people are listening and they're getting on board with water conservation.
What about the cash incentives? Because that also is going to draw attention for both businesses and homeowners.
Absolutely. So we pay people $3 per square foot to get rid of that grass and replace it with water efficient landscaping, desert adapted landscaping. Grass is not native to Southern Nevada. So we really encourage folks to get rid of it. If they're not using it, get rid of it and we'll give you a rebate.
When did the ads start? Because we were seeing it for the first time this week and we thought these were hilarious. And how has the reaction been to the ads themselves?
So we started our advertising over 20 years ago when the drought began. And we started out with more of a PSA type feel and realized that they were not as effective and as impactful. So we did some research to determine who's our target audience and what will motivate them. And after we realized that, we started creating some really punchy, funny, in-your-face creative that really is getting people to act. We've identified that 90% of the community is aware of the watering restrictions, and we've seen those restrictions and compliance with those restrictions increase over the years. We've also been able to take out 200 million square feet of turf over the years as well. So these campaigns are very successful. But again, we just have to break through the noise and talk to our target audience and keep the message very simple.
All right, Beth Moore, we certainly appreciate you. Southern Nevada Water Authority, thanks for coming on and joining us here. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but if you're going to build in the desert, there should just be no grass. There just shouldn't be stuff like, it's hard enough to have people that live in.
I know, but I think at the time when Vegas was booming and they were figuring out how to get the Colorado River and they built the dam in the 30s, they were like, man, we've got all this water. We might as well start bringing stuff from our old homes and bringing it here.
So
now
let's
we don't.
remove
Right.
it all
Correct.
and zeroscape, you know, and the whole 9 yards here.
So we're changing it, and the fact that the city itself is responding in such a positive way, I think is great. For anybody who hasn't visited Vegas in a while, go check it out.
But there
It's
has
cool.
to be compromise here. If you're going to stay in the sun and the heat and everything year round, then unfortunately you just don't get to have, you know, grass or whatever.
That's right.